Everybody, it's Mr. Delusive with the weekly Devblog update. Today I'm going through what I've done this week, which is pretty much the war zones. I've added a bunch of new ships and weapons and doing all the artwork for the backgrounds for the locations. And yeah, there's a few other changes I think and bug fixes and the usual. So I won't show off all the new weapons or anything, but yeah, they're getting more and more, and that's pretty much this next week what I'll be doing, adding again more ships, more weapons, and finishing pretty much the whole map. So yeah, that might take a few weeks. And another thing I was thinking as well, because I've actually changed some of the artwork for the system backgrounds because I didn't like them, and like I'm still looking at some planets like this one and thinking like, oh, yeah, I don't really like it as much, because you look at this compared to the other one, the menu one, and it's kind of, yeah, not as good. So that might happen. I might change these planets, the ones that I just really don't like. And I've also changed the warp gate, and again this might change, but it's different to the other one. So this is one of the new ships actually, but I'll show that off in a bit, all the other ships. So this one is a very lightweight Vipersec ship. I think it's the Vipersec Talon, and its mass is really low, so you can really snap to velocity quicker, so that acceleration, yeah, like that's got the fast engine as well. I think it's got that. So yeah, that was another thing I have to fix, the flak positioning, because it actually was wrong for the flak. All the formulas I put for the individual bullets I didn't do for the flak type weaponry, so I've been fixing that slowly. And yeah, this is the newer portal. It looks still, I think it looks like a saw blade, I guess, especially when it's spinning, but I'll just keep it for now. Anyway, I'll stay in Pythas, but I'll just show it off spinning. So same effects at the moment. I haven't changed that. It's just that visual, that image. So yeah. Anyway. So yeah, still adjusting a lot of the artwork. Like this is probably the next few weeks what I'll be doing. So I'm guessing next week's video is just going to be, oh damn it. Yeah, it saves when you get to this screen. So I guess I'll show off one of the other ones. Pythas just had the most amount of planets. I've shown just Tedia last week. Let's go back to Disciplina. Oh, actually Mafdet will do. So yeah, a lot of the systems, the locations, like I think it's Mafdet. Oh no, Mafdet has individual backgrounds for each location, but other ones like, which one? Luduan. So Luduan uses every space background. Well, every location uses the Luduan space background because pretty much the system is pretty bland. So all the backgrounds when you're docked will look the same, or warping or whatever. And yeah, like that's pretty much with the systems. What I've been doing is making those backgrounds, trying to get them looking nice, and then once I've done that, I do all the coding, make all the map classes for each location, like from Securitas 1 and to Securitas 1, and then from Securitas 2 to Securitas 2, and so on. And yeah, so I've already done ones for 8, 9 systems. So it's, yeah, and it takes a little bit because of the artwork, but I'm aiming about 10 a day, and that will take me a week to finish pretty much all of them. But that's mixing up the making ships and everything as well. So here we're at Mafdet. So here's another one. Like this planet's not too bad, I guess. So works just like any other system, obviously. And yeah, like this one I haven't changed the background, but one I have changed, I think, is Sankus. Yeah, I changed the background of this one. I just didn't like it. So this one's got the background changed a bit as well. I think I changed another one. Maybe it's Wedget. Yeah, Wedget. If you notice the starfield, it's like this is a newer starfield I like better than the other ones. So yeah, like this type of system is pretty plain. So all the backgrounds of the planets and the warp gate will use just a basic background all the same. So it saves a lot of coding, well, a lot of making that anyway. So that was one thing. That's pretty much the past few days what I've been working on. I'll just make a new, actually, I'll delete this one because I need all the money. I'll remake that because that's my little money cheat. So yeah, we're back at Delusia 1. What I've done with the ships now is you can buy more. You can also see the info. It's just a basic screen at the moment. I was thinking to put an image, but it actually tells you, you know, it's got 100 hit points, mass, the mount points. It doesn't tell you what guns anymore. I just put, that's how many mount points. And yeah, like the Kairos here, because it's so big, I've been trying to think of a way to handle that, either make these rows wider or just shrink that image. But yeah, like I've left it like that for now. So there's one of the new ones, the integrity. There's a lot more Vipersec ones. I've started with some Griffin ones, Chimera, and a Rainer one. So yeah, like I'm going to be adding more and more, but these ones probably making the ships take the longest because just making all the art is, and I suck at the art stuff. Like these ships, they look, I guess, pretty plain, but yeah, like they're at a point that I'm happy with them. I'm going to leave them like that. So let's say we want, actually I'll show off the Chimera gunner. So this, yeah, 900,000 credits. It's more of a like later game type ship. It comes with 6 mount points. And at the moment, yeah, still the same engine, shield and special because I still haven't added. I've just been adding more and more guns. I forgot to change. And that was another thing. Oops. I found there was a bug when you change ships, it would lag really bad, and that was because of the smoke screen effect that I had on the repair bay. So I've just removed that completely. So yeah, like this one. That's kind of the design I'm going for with Chimera. Like this, it's a gold. They're kind of cheap. The purple is like they've painted on it, so it's kind of like a, I don't know, a Ricer type. They're the Ricer cars of the game. So yeah, anyway, with that now, the last thing I've added is the war zones. So there's only one at the moment, but there's going to be a lot more. And that was another thing, yeah. So one of the first things as well this week, I've added allies. So you might, I think in Delusia 1 you'll see them. So I'll just turn the sound up. And then you'll see allies now. And that's the whole part of the war zones. You'll have allies versus enemies, which you can join in. So there's one guy. There's no collision between. It's just the bullets and the... when you get there. So I didn't add collision between the ally ship and the, I don't know if I'm talking over it, but I didn't add collision between the allied ship and the enemy ship, because I think that would have been a bit too overpowered, because yeah, like pretty much all you'll have to do is sit there and just wait until they all collide and then clean up the rest. So yeah, like that's no collision there, just between the bullets. And yeah, that's the base weapons. The Chimera gunner will start with 2 mini lasers, or mini beams, 2 Vulcans and 2 SMGs. So that's kind of the yeah, like this type of ship. When you get to this level in the game, like 10,000 hit points for the hull will be pretty weak. So that's kind of the look of the Chimera. Chimera ships is they're weak but hard hitting. Like the weak armors, depending, well, the shield you can put whatever still, and yeah, slow moving because it's high mass. But yeah, anyway, this is the war zone now. Yeah, like that's pretty much how it'll play out. But I've only just added a few waves there, and I've still got to add all the background and stuff to make it interesting. But yeah, like pretty much with that, the gameplay will revolve around coming to these war zones. If you've got to say a mission, you know, they say, oh, we need you to go join the battle at Delusia, and yeah, can you fight the fight, and then at the end, so if you look here, the distance is like 2 kilometers. So once you get to the end of this, it'll be like a boss battle. So these are kind of the main areas you'll come to for leveling, say, and fighting. But you're also at your planets and everything. So I've also adjusted the loot tables as well for the loot drops. So the ViperSec ones will only drop ViperSec weaponry or whatever. And this drop rate will be lower than what it is. This is just a test. I'm still testing all the different prefixes and suffixes. So yeah, like that's all. And if one of the ally ships gets destroyed, it might drop an allied weapon or whatever as well. So yeah, that's all that. I think that was everything. So re-quit and rejoin. So yeah, like that's what I'm going for with all that. The war zones were one of the most important things I wanted to add, but that relied on having the allies first, and now that the allies are in there, it's all there, ready. So the base of the war zone is there. That's pretty much how it'll work. So other than that, yeah, that's what I'll be working on with the next week, is all these ships, before I probably keep working on the war zones. So yeah, I'll be adding more ships, more weapons, and all the locations. Just want to see. Tripoles, yeah, these are just the newer ones. Spiral, which isn't really a spiral. Hyper Special, so that's a new special. But yeah, Pulse Rail, yeah. I won't show them off. I'll let people who play the game, they'll see it, buy it. Yeah, anyway. So, yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for this week. Next week, I don't think there'll be much to go through besides all that again. I might just quickly show off some of the new ships or whatever. And, yeah, the locations, maybe the planets. So, yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. I might see you next week.